What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and here is a video that I didn't think I was going to do today, but the response on Twitter has been insane. So I put a tweet out saying, Everrise, really like what they're doing, loved the migration they did with Vault, do you want a video? And everyone has gone insane. So here is that video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to do a second part to this one as well, so it's definitely worth subscribing. Give it a thumbs up. Let's get to 100 thumbs up for Everrise, and let's jump into it. Now, I'm not going to particularly talk about the chart because I don't think this is the main utility of it. It's not a storage of value, and it's not really kind of done in terms of a normal token where everything's about volume and liquidity and market cap and holders and da-da-da-da. For me, it's more about the utility that this product offers. And it was my first time using this to migrate V1 to V2 on the new Vault contract. And I've got to say, it blew my mind, not because it was difficult, but how easy, smooth, and effective this was. It's got me really interested in this as a project, and I know quite a few people are into this in the space in quite a big way. So integrating blockchains, building security, and unifying DeFi is what Everrise sets out to do. It's a blockchain technology company focused on increasing accessibility to DeFi by bringing security and multi-chain solutions through innovative ecosystems of decentralized applications, or DAPPS, and that's what we're going to do. You can see it, you click on here and it's got kind of the 8 DAPPS that we're going to take a look at. We have the Everrise, Everbridge, and the Ever ecosystem. It's been featured on quite a lot of spaces. They do have their own token like we've just looked at, which you can stake and you can obviously buy it. It's a multi-chain collateralized cryptocurrency that serves as a utility token for cross-chain transfers. Discover the ecosystem, and this is kind of what I want to get into, and I want to get into these particular 4. The Ever Own, it's a decentralize your project, build transparency by locking your smart contract under a DAO-like governance system. We're going to look at the Everbridge, which is a bridge your project to give users a way to transfer their tokens cross-chain. Blows my mind. The Everswap, swap native cross-chain tokens, and swap tokens on multiple chains. List your token to get your fees collected in native coins and avoid sell pressure on your chart. And the NFT staking lab, staking and rewards even when the lock period ends, and unstake with flexibility. So let's jump into Everown. Everown provides a security and decentralized solution for projects by locking smart contracts and newly generated liquidity on the blockchain in a locker accessed with a weighted community vote. So once you lock it, the only way you can get in is through a community vote, which for me, any kind of major community token is absolutely what we need to do. And we're seeing it more with things like Cult DAO, where we've got DAOs where people have to vote, or token holders vote for them to kind of do it. You can see that Everown, the new standard of security, and I'm not going to read all this because otherwise you're going to get kind of bored to death. But ultimately, what does it do? It secures the contract. Access to the smart contracts is needed. It's initiated with a vote, and the re-access the smart contract, everything is put to a vote. So you've got more people that can decide what goes in. Pioneering smart contract security for investors. You participate in your invested token governance. So you've got to hold the tokens to do it. For projects, you decentralize your project and secure your smart contract so it can't be gone in. It's a little bit like renouncing with a bit more ownership to the community. Decentralized security trust, again, what that kind of does, it builds trust, flexibility, decentralization, and legacy. So it isn't renouncing it, so you can access it through a company vote, or a community vote. Decentralized trust and governance, accessibility and functionality. And again, you can contact them to put your project on there. So I think it's a really interesting thing. And again, the whole Everrise ecosystem is all about supporting other projects that are coming into the space. And ultimately, I think, building a real level of trust. And you can launch Everown and go there and do it. If we look at the Everbridge, and it's exactly what you would expect it to be, where you can transfer multi-chain, which I think is huge. And I think more and more we're going to see this. We know there's quite a lot of projects launch on 2 chains, if not 3. We know we've just had an AMA with Saitama, and they are talking about going on to BSC, Polygon Matic, and a few other bits. So the Everbridge integrates blockchains to let individuals and projects move freely between networks at block speed. Expand your projects across Ethereum, the Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, and the Phantom networks. Now, I've just started messing around with BSC because the fees are so much cheaper, so it gives you an opportunity to kind of go and play around with swing trading, doing things slightly different. But the Everbridge, you can see there, ultimately, and again, we don't really need to go into the in-depth detail of it, but if you've got a project on Binance that you've launched, and that project is doing incredibly well, and everybody wants Ethereum, which obviously is the main chain that everyone uses, then you can bridge over, and Everbridge will support you in terms of doing that. So I think that's a pretty huge one. The Everswap, as you would expect, it's exactly what it says. You can swap native cryptocurrencies cross-chain at block speed and swap tokens within the Ethereum network, the Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon network. So you can see here that Everswap lowers the barrier to entry for those interested in the multi-chain DeFi space by making a cross-chain experience accessible and seamless with fewer steps, fewer fees, and faster transfers. So we all know when Ethereum backs up and gas fees are at high, it's just really difficult to mess around with. But you can now use this. You can use the Everswap's native coin, which obviously is the Everrise swap token. And then it kind of takes you through what that looks like. So again, being able to use multiple platforms, you see that Everswap works on top of PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and QuickSwap to directly interact with the liquidity pools on your behalf without the need to go to the correct site and pick the correct slippage. Insane. So anyone who's kind of just getting into DeFi and is really struggling with things like slippage, because bear in mind, if you set your slippage super high, you're just going to lose tokens. I think Everswap really supports people in that. And then finally, the NFT staking lab. Stake, rise, and earn more safely secured within Everrise's on-chain NFT stakes that are tradable, bridgeable, and transferable across 5 blockchains. Again, I just don't think people know enough about Everrise, hence why my video. It's not sponsored. It's not in any way being asked for by the team. I just really like what this project is doing. It's flexible staking on on-chain NFTs. Everrise innovative staking protocol provides stakers with on-chain NFTs that securely store staking contracts directly within your DeFi wallet. So you can hold these NFTs and stake your tokens. Stake your tokens in a month-long increments between 1 and 12 months, as well as longer periods, 24 and 36 months. What does staking do? Supports the floor, builds the LP pool, and ultimately stabilizes the tokens. Tokens purchased by the auto buyback are distributed among all the stakers instantly. You know, we talk about passive income on this channel, and this is a way of doing that. And again, you can stake your Rise tokens just here in this kind of click. So that is the 4 we're going to do. The next video, we'll talk about Evermigrate, Eversale, Everlock, and Everwallet. But actually, I think it's really interesting. I wanted to bring you these couple of last bits. The vision, we think about the future of DeFi. We envision a space where investors can participate easily, and their mission to innovate security and protect solutions in DeFi with a goal of providing safety, security, and transparency in both crypto investors and project developers. The team, you've got here the Titan Chief Exec, Storm, Ben, Jen, Wasso, TJ, Jason, Black, and Matt. So a docs team again, and look, they've been out in spaces. There are some very big influencers, and influencers I trust in the space that I think have the community and ultimately cryptocurrency at the heart. So Everrise for me is a really great project. I definitely would recommend, if you're new to DeFi, new to cryptocurrency, go and check out this platform. Go and immerse yourself in the Everrise platform, because I think they've got a lot to offer for people just getting into crypto. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of Everrise, and I'll see you for part 2.